Right, quick video. A few people have asked me to do it to show them how to shim a VanStaal reel. Out of the box, they're not great, the line lay. They normally need shimming. A lot of people think you can't shim them. You can. They're done from the inside of the reel, unlike your regular Shimano's or divers, pens, etc. You just have to shim it, but you do it from the inside. You don't need many tools. You've got your VanStaal tool that comes with your reel, should be in your box. You need a 7mm spanner. It's not a regular size spanner that comes in many kits if you've got a spanner set. So you may have to just go on Amazon and pick one of those up, or eBay or something, or borrow one off your neighbour. I haven't got my precision tweezers. These are all I've had on me at work, but they'll do the job. It's just if you have to get the little washer out or fish anything out from the crevices that you might drop the washer in the reel. Little paintbrush if you're going to re-grease, bit of reel grease for when you put it back together. You may as well do it while you're there. So I'll get started. You have to bear with me, it's going to be rough and ready, this video. I'm trying to do it while I'm looking through the camera. I'm not a videographer. I've never really made a video before. It is what it is. Hopefully it'll help a few people out. So take off your handle. On your tool you've got the arrows there that mark for a left hand or right hand wind reel. You put that's the end to take your side plate off. This is a side plate here. Once you place that on the reel like that, it will tell you if you've got a left hand reel, then you're going to be turning it that way. It's pretty easy. You can't really go wrong. If you force it the wrong way, you're just going to ruin your tool, and then you're going to be scratching around to find another one or waiting for another one to come in. So it's a reverse thread. Once you've loosened that, side cap comes off pretty easy. Pop out the gears, because there is a seal that sometimes ends up sitting on here as you've taken it off. On here it's still in here. There it is there. It's very, very thin, very delicate. Again, if you tear that, you're going to be waiting on a new one to arrive, and if Quinton at QM Spares doesn't have any, he's pretty good at getting all the parts. I use him to get my parts. If he hasn't got them in, he's going to have to wait to get them from America. So keep hold of that, keep it safe. When you put that back in, it sits in this groove. We'll do it in a minute when we put it back together. It sits in this groove here. I would grease that up as well, because when you screw that on, if that's dry, as you tighten that back up, it will pick it up and it will tear it. And then without that, your reel's no longer sealed at all. Water will just get in. Right, as you can see, there's not a lot in these. That's the inside of the reel. Here's your gear. That's just popped out. There's a bearing there. Put your side plate there. That's the inside of the reel. To make it easier, I'll just hold the reel with this hand, just hold it back, hold the spool back. And that there is the little nut that you need to take off. Shouldn't be too tight. It's really thin, which is why you need to do it with a spanner. And you could probably do it with a small adjustable, but I wouldn't. Just get a right spanner, you'll have it forever. Now, hopefully it doesn't drop off. They often just drop off inside once you've undone it. Keep it the way it's gone in. Put it to the side, then you know what way it's going back on. Once you've got that off, again, hold the reel back, the spool back, pull it, and it will just pop off. This little bit will pop off here. And this time, the washer, the shim, is just where the grease is in there. It's just in there. I'll just get a little tool to get that off. Normally they come with two. I've already shimmed this reel, so I found most of them you need one, sometimes none. So you just run the reel with no shims at all. And they normally come with two. All the reels I've done come with two fitted in. Sometimes the silver ones have only come with one for some reason, but anyway, this came with two. I've already taken one out, so if your reel, my reel was lane line more to the back of the spool, so I removed the shim, left one in, and it's got that line lay that it's got now. I could probably remove another one, and I don't know, maybe it'll take, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm happy with how it is. But so let's imagine you've taken one of your two shims out. All you need to do now, there's your one shim that you're left with. Pop that back on that shaft. It can only go on one way. Bear with me, I'm trying to do this while looking for a camera. Right, that's back on. Like that. It just sits up there against that, the unthreaded part of the shaft. And there it is back on. So it's back on there. Now you're left with one. This part has got a square rectangle cut out. That shaft has got the same, so it can only go in one way. You can't mess it up. You shouldn't mess it up. Back on there like that. This is the fiddly part, getting this back on. I'll just try and do it with my fingertip like that. Get it back on. Remember your little grip washer there. Stop it coming loose. That goes back on. Tighten it up. You don't need to really go mad with these. Just tighten them up. And I've never had one come loose. And that's it. That's now shimmed. The other fiddly part is getting this notch here. So this part of your gear here, which has got a little bearing on it, that needs to sit in there. And when you put them on, sometimes you don't get them, sometimes you don't get them first go. They'll slip out and they'll sit over here. And when you tighten it up, you'll find the reel's locked up. Don't force it, take it off, put it back on again. I often don't get them back in first go, so don't worry. What I do is I mean, this doesn't really need greasing, but you can get a bit of grease on there. You don't need loads. You don't over grease them. Sorry if I'm jogging the camera, but it's not going to be a professional video. Bit of grease in there. That's where you check that's clean as well. I mean, this has already been done, but just check inside there is clean of any dirt or debris. And there's your seal. Your seal. Put your seal. Make sure that's clean as well. That seal needs to sit in that groove. And they're really delicate. Once you've done it, just a bit of grease on your fingertip, and I always grease that up just so when you're tightening up, like I say, it doesn't grip hold of that and tear it once you're tightening it. I've had them before. People have even, I've done a few reels for people, and they've sent me the reel. I've picked the reel up and I've looked at it, and where they've tried it themselves or they've had it apart at some point, I've had that little O-ring has been popping out the bottom. And then I've opened it and you can see there's been water ingress, but there shouldn't be any water ingress once that's sealed with the O-ring if it's undamaged and in there properly. You've got another seal under the spool, but that's a video for another day. So I normally try and match them up like that, and you turn it and you can normally get it in place. Set it in the middle, your cap goes back on. As long as you don't disturb it too much, hopefully it's gone first go. And remember, it's reverse thread, so you're turning it anti-clockwise to tighten this up on this side if your spool is a left-hand wind. Once that's just tightened, so the gap's pretty much closed, just give it a turn. If that spool's coming in and out, you know it's seated correctly, and that's fine. If it jams up, so if you find that that's jammed, you can't turn it, or it turns a bit and then it jams, unscrew it, take it back off, reline that back up so it's in the notch, and go again. Sometimes it takes you a few goes. So tighten it up. You haven't got to go mad tightening it. I don't crank it up. And that's it. Your handle back on. Take all your line off and give it a test, and that's it, it's done. If it's laying the other way, you may need to take another shim out. I've not had to do one where I've had to add any shims, but you may have to. And that's it. Hopefully that's helped a few of you.